The Google Pixel 9 is already shaping up to be an exciting addition to the mid-range smartphone market. Thanks to recent leaks, we've had a solid idea about what this phone might offer. Today, we're breaking down the latest on its display, performance, release date, and most importantly, its price. First up, let's talk display. Google might be giving the Pixel 9 a larger 6.3-inch screen, which would be a first for the Pixel A series. To put this into perspective, previous Pixel models, like the 8A, 7A, and 6A, all had 6.1-inch displays. This extra screen real estate brings it closer to its flagship siblings, the Pixel 9 and Pixel 9 Pro. And it gets better. This display isn't just larger, but it's rumored to support a 120Hz refresh rate. That means smoother scrolling, a huge boost for gamers, and an overall more fluid experience when navigating the device. Moving on to performance, the Pixel 9 is expected to feature Google's latest Tensor G4 chipset. This is paired with 8GB of RAM and up to 256GB of storage. With this combination, we can expect solid speed and multitasking capabilities similar to Google's high-end models. If these rumors are accurate, this could make the Pixel 9 one of the fastest mid-range devices on the market. Alright, let's dive into battery and camera. Battery life is often a make or break factor for mid-range phones, and Google seems to be paying attention. The Pixel 9 is said to come with a 5000 mAh battery, a nice upgrade from the 4492 mAh battery in the Pixel 8A. If you're a heavy user, this boost could mean a lot more time between charges. Now let's talk about the camera setup. The Pixel 9 might include a 48-megapixel main camera, which at first glance seems like a downgrade from the 64-megapixel sensor in the Pixel 8A. But here's the twist. The new sensor is rumored to be the same one used in the high-end Pixel 9 Pro Fold. This means we could see improved image quality, even with fewer megapixels, because sensor quality can often be more important than pure resolution. For fans of the ultra-wide lens, the Pixel 9a is likely to keep the 13-megapixel ultra-wide camera from the Pixel 8a. This would be a solid decision by Google, as the ultra-wide shots on the Pixel A series are generally impressive. Next up, let's talk about the expected price and release date. Here's some great news. The Pixel 9 is rumored to launch at $499, which is the same price as the Pixel 8a. So even with a larger screen, better performance, and an improved camera sensor, Google might hold steady on the price. In today's market, where price hikes are common, keeping this model affordable is definitely a win. Now, about the release date. Google might be aiming for an earlier than usual launch, with the Pixel 9 rumored to hit shelves in March 2025. This puts it right around the time Apple is expected to launch the iPhone Southeast 4, making for an interesting face-off in the mid-range market. If this is true, Google's earlier release strategy could be part of a broader trend to compete more aggressively with brands like Apple. So to sum it up, the Pixel 9 looks like it could bring some big upgrades without breaking the bank. A larger 6.3-inch display, the same $499 priced, a 5000 mAh battery, and a camera setup inspired by the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. This phone is shaping up to be an impressive contender in the mid-range category. That's it for today's breakdown. If you're as excited as we are about the Pixel 9, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for all the latest updates on Google's new lineup. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Until next time, stay tech savvy. The smartphone industry is constantly evolving, with each new year bringing us flagship devices that push the boundaries of technology and design. In this video, we'll be taking a close look at the two biggest names in the smartphone world right now: Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max and Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra. Both phones are powerhouses in their own right, but how do they stack up against each other? Let's dive into the battle of the bigs. Design and size. As expected, Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max doesn't deviate much from its predecessor when it comes to design. The rectangular shape, soft corners, flat sides, and dynamic island pill-shaped cutout remain. This year, however, the screen has grown from 6.7 inches to a massive 6.9 inches, making it the largest display ever on an iPhone. Its bezels are even thinner, but the overall dimensions have changed slightly, measuring 163mm by 77.6mm. In comparison, the Galaxy S24 Ultra is slightly smaller at 162.3mm in height, but a bit wider at 79mm, making it easier to handle for users who love to use the S Pen for sketching or taking notes. Speaking of the S Pen, Samsung once again offers the stylus nestled into the bottom of the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It's a feature that remains unique to Samsung in the flagship market, and one that many users either love or ignore completely. The precision of the S Pen, developed in partnership with Wacom, is something to be admired, making it a fantastic tool for creative tasks. Apple, on the other hand, introduces some new tricks with its buttons. The Action button, which debuted in the iPhone 15 Pro series, returns, offering customizable functions for launching apps or activating Siri shortcuts. But the real star of the show is the new camera control button. This physical key, equipped with a capacitive surface, allows users to control the camera with a swipe, much like a traditional camera shutter button, enhancing the photography experience. Both phones come in sleek color options. The iPhone 16 Pro Max offers titanium finishes in white, black, natural, and the new Desert Titanium. Meanwhile, Samsung gives users a broader selection with titanium violet, yellow, black, and gray, and 3 exclusive colors if you order directly from Samsung's website. Display differences. When it comes to display, both phones boast impressive technology. The iPhone 16 Pro Max features a 6.9-inch OLED panel with a 120Hz refresh rate and an always-on display that can drop its refresh rate to just 1 Hz, keeping your wallpaper or photos visible even when the phone is asleep. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra comes equipped with its signature AMOLED screen, also featuring a 120Hz refresh rate and an always-on display. However, Samsung has a slight edge here with its anti-reflective coating, which makes the screen much easier to see outdoors. In contrast, the iPhone struggles with reflections in bright sunlight despite its high brightness. Color accuracy is another area where the two phones differ slightly. The iPhone's display leans towards a yellowish hue, while the Galaxy has a bit of a teal tint. But with both phones offering blue light filters and adaptive color calibration, these differences are minimal in day-to-day use. One new feature for the iPhone 16 Pro Max is its ability to drop to an incredibly low 1-nit brightness level, making it easier on the eyes in dark environments. Samsung's display already hovers around this level, so both phones are excellent for nighttime use. Performance and software. Under the hood, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is powered by Apple's latest A18 Pro chip, built on a second-gen 3nm process by TSMC. This cutting-edge chip brings significant improvements in performance and efficiency, particularly when it comes to handling heavy tasks like gaming and AI-driven processes. Apple has also focused on better heat dissipation, addressing the overheating issues that plagued the A17 Pro chip. The Galaxy S24 Ultra, on the other hand, is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, specifically tuned for Samsung devices. While both chips are incredibly powerful, benchmarks show that Apple's A18 Pro takes the lead in CPU performance. However, in 3D graphics tests, the Galaxy S24 Ultra isn't far behind, offering stellar gaming performance. Both Apple and Samsung are pushing into the realm of AI, with dedicated NPU cores to handle AI tasks. The iPhone 16 Pro Max comes with Apple Intelligence, which will roll out new features gradually, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra already boasts AI-powered features like live translation, generative image editing, and transcript summaries. As for software, the iPhone runs iOS, which has seen some welcome changes this year, bringing it closer to the flexibility of Android. You can now place app icons anywhere on the home screen and even customize their colors. But if customization is what you're after, Samsung's One UI still reigns supreme with features like split-screen multitasking, themes, and more. Samsung has also stepped up its software update game, promising 7 years of updates for the Galaxy S24 Ultra, compared to Apple's 5-year commitment for the iPhone. Camera capabilities. Apple has made some significant upgrades to the cameras on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, particularly the ultra-wide camera, which now features a 48-megapixel sensor. The main camera remains at 48 megapixel, and the 5x telephoto camera comes with a 12-megapixel sensor. A new lens coating helps reduce the lens flare issue that has been prevalent in recent iPhone models, especially during night shots. Samsung, as always, is pushing the envelope with its camera hardware. The Galaxy S24 Ultra boasts a hopping 200-megapixel main camera, alongside a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, a 10-megapixel 3x telephoto, and a 50-megapixel 5x zoom camera. While the megapixel count might seem impressive, the real magic happens in post-processing. Both phones have excellent cameras, but Samsung has a slight edge in zoom performance, while the iPhone tends to over-sharpen fine details like leaves or grass. In low-light conditions, both phones perform admirably, but the iPhone's new lens coating helps reduce the flare and artifacts that can appear in night photos. Samsung, on the other hand, continues to struggle slightly with oversaturated greens in its images, but this is only noticeable when directly comparing photos side by side. Battery and charging. When it comes to battery life, both phones pack a punch. The iPhone 16 Pro Max has a 4,685 mAh battery, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra comes with a slightly larger 5000 mAh battery. However, Samsung takes the lead in charging speeds, offering 45-watt wired charging compared to the iPhone's 20-watt. For wireless charging, Apple's MagSafe offers 25-watt, while Samsung's wireless charging maxes out at 15-watt. Conclusion. So, which phone is the better choice? It's a tough call. The iPhone 16 Pro Max impresses with its sleek design, powerful A18 Pro chip, and improved cameras, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra excels with its S Pen, higher megapixel count, and faster charging speeds. Ultimately, it comes down to personal preference and whether you're more entrenched in Apple's ecosystem or Samsung's Android world. Either way, you're getting a top-tier smartphone that won't disappoint. What do you think about it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Until then, take care. Goodbye.